Welcome back, Mr. Goodberry. The First Star Logistics studio is fully equipped and ready to record.
The Cincinnati Bengals found a way to get back to 500, beating the Seattle Seahawks at Paycor Stadium. They're now 3-3 heading into their bye week. It was not the game we expected after the high-flying offensive finally output against Arizona Cardinals last week. The offense wasn't able to do much more than their first two drives that looked really good. We'll give them that. But they're not going to be our focus today because the real heroes for the Cincinnati Bengals this week was the defense led by Lou Anarumo and his crew. And that's the tape we will break down today on Bengals on the Brain. This is episode 25, presented by First Star Logistics. And if you didn't see it, that means you didn't win the Blitz arcade machine that First Star was giving out, the custom decaled with the Bengals logos and the First Star logos on it. The winner was John Eisner. Shout out to John, who I can't wait to see where he puts that up and what it looks like in his room. But we've got more contests. Make sure you're looking out for them. Get ready for some of the bigger ones that are coming on the docket. If you saw the preview of, the picture with all of our big heads, but then all the things around it. I don't think that means you can win. There is a date with Dave Lapham, so that'd be pretty fun. Anyways, we'll jump to the tape. We're focusing on the defensive side. Couple standout performances. Cam Taylor-Britt, Trey Hendrickson. I thought Dax Hill was excellent. DJ Turner again, flashing, getting closer and closer to looking like a starting NFL corner, and probably getting there because of the play of Chidobe Awuzie right now. But Sam Hubbard had one of his most disruptive games he's ever had. DJ Reader was himself. I'm not going to give it all right now. We've got 15 minutes of film cut up, which means I could turn that into 30 minutes. Buckle up, grab a drink. Might be a long one. Let's check out the film. Starting us off right away, I just want you to look at Cam Taylor-Britt, not only because he had a fantastic game, but the guy just played out of his mind. But we start this from the first snap. The first snap, press coverage, DK Metcalf, one-on-one, jam him, don't let him off that line, make it hard on him from the very beginning. Keep an eye on Nick Scott. A lot of people have issues with him, and I think one of my issues is his lack of awareness. Is like he's locked in on that running back there. He never sees the wide receiver crashing down to block him. And get a direct comparison because Jordan Battle gets in and he notices the receiver right away. And this is a very similar play. And he's going to have to come down, and he knows the receiver is going to come down and try and crack him. He gains position, gains leveraging, and only lets his back be shown to that receiver. So if you want to block him, he'd be blocking the back. Where Nick Scott is good is when he can just attack. His eyes are locked down the running back there. He can run the alley or run down, make a play, and attack the running back. I'd like to see him get more blitzes and see if that can spark some of the ideas I have here that he's really good when attacking. Next play here is tight red zone. We're down inside the 10. This looks like 6-yard line. The Bengals are going to collapse the pocket and get a sack. And it's one of my favorite plays because of Trey Hendrickson, but we'll get to that in a second. As you see, looks like the Bengals got mostly man coverage here. And I think the Seahawks want to run an out here with a slant here. Dragon, sort of. But the slant and out combo here. And you could probably fit it in there, maybe. But that's tight coverage. And I think Gino just looks at that and wonders, can he go backside? We got double coverage on this side. The tight end over the middle is locked up. Everyone is locked up, and the pass rush gets home. It's something that you will see on a lot of these sacks. But keep an eye on Trey Hendrickson here. As you see him already, he's being very animated on this play. And he's talking to the tight end, Noah Fant, and he's saying, come on, what are you doing over here? What do they want? They want tight end help now? Now they want chip help? Get out of here. Go run, go get in motion, go get on the other side. And when the tight end gets in the stance, he's like, all right, let's go. And he has to run inside and get around him. Still finds a way around the arc and makes a play on the quarterback for the sack. But it's not just him that gets there. It's actually Sam Hubbard, who had a monster game in a lot of ways, coming around from this angle. When he can come around, the only way you really get pressure and turn it into a sack, I believe you need 3 guys winning consistently. You can get a sack if one guy just clearly wins, quarterback never sees him, and you get a hit on the quarterback. But sometimes two guys winning means the quarterback steps up and finds someone and buys time or takes off. So really, when DJ Reader walks this guy and melts him into the turf, is when this sack becomes possible. So keep an eye on Hubbard and Reader. You see that guard? Absolutely melted into the turf. Let's go back 2 plays or 2 angles, and let's get an eye on Reader. So clearly, Reader here. I want you to keep an eye on DJ Reader on this play. Watch that guard. Absolutely slipping and falling, sliding into the turf. And then keep an eye on Sam Hubbard on this left side as he's going to run the arc, knock the outside hands away, rip, and get to the quarterback. Flatten at the curve, get to the quarterback. Great play by all three to get there, meet at him. It seemed like when they did get sacks at the end of the game, it was those three combining to make a play. And this is towards the end of the game. Just one of my favorite plays. I want to throw it towards the front. We'll get back to Cam Taylor-Britt real quick, as this looks like a cover 3 scenario here. And we diagrammed this when we talked about the Bengals running motion, and then at the snap, remember with T. Higgins, they did this against the Rams. They did it with Tyler Boyd against the Rams. They did it, I want to say Tanner Hudson was one of them. They also did it against the Titans with T. Higgins. And what it does is it forces this guy, if he wasn't already, forces him to really back off, which allows you to just send this guy and hook him up and get an easy completion. So it's up to Cam Taylor-Britt to say, okay, I'm going to be respectful of your opportunity to run deep, but I'm also going to plant, click, and close with aggressiveness to make this stop and make this tackle. Again, we got press coverage, Cam versus DK Metcalf, and we're going to get a deep ball. We got a vertical ball down the outside, and you see the press forces Cam inside a little bit, right? Because he gets thrown off a little bit. He's fine. He's redirecting, because if we want a straight up go ball, we don't want to be this far outside. If you're DK Metcalf, you want to hit it and go. You don't want to end up in, and then you got to get back there, because that ruins the kind of the sight line for the quarterback, and the timing's a little bit different. So Cam gets a good jam, and now he's got to flip his hips and go. Find the ball, get his hands between the receiver's hands if he can, and rip it down. And we've got a close HD footage of this one as Cam's looking back for the ball right there once more. So he's locating it. He's getting in position, pinching the receiver towards the sideline, and then making a play on it in the air. As you see here, one hand's going for it, but the left hand of Cam is in between the receiver's hands. So if he misses this ball, he still has a second opportunity to rip it out of there. And you see him grab the wrist right there, grab DK Metcalf's wrist, and as he's falling to the ground, absolutely yank and pull down on it using your entire body weight and all the force you can generate from your speed and you falling, grabbing that wrist, yanking down, not giving the receiver a chance to catch it. Tremendous coverage, but better ball skills there out of Cam Taylor-Britt. Next play here, I want you to focus on Cam Sample. Cam Sample got to play some defensive tackle. We've been asking for that for a while because the Bengals really lacking an interior pass rusher. He made a couple really nice rushes from the spot, and he also hit on the play from the defensive end that I thought was good as well. So let's focus on him as he swipes, two-hand swipes to the outside, creates a little bit of pressure, collapses the pocket, forces a third down, check down, to which the Bengals wrap up and make a play on. Here's from the other angle. Goes to the outside, beats 60, forces the pocket movement instantly, and gets the hit on the quarterback. Pressure, hit, forcing the third down pass to be checked down as quick as possible. See how Gino's sliding in the pocket in a way, and that ball's actually behind. You can get a lot of tip passes or chances for balls flying through the air on plays like that. How do you defend the run? This team does it so well. In fact, DJ Reader, one of the best run defending nose tackles in the entire league. He's elite in that category. Well, over here on the edge, Sam Hubbard, we know he's great against the run. Those two play the run as if their life is dependent on it, and maybe it is because that's their MO, right? That's where they win in the NFL. And watch how Hubbard gets outside, sets the edge. Right there. You got contained when you're at that spot there. And watch how the two interior defensive tackles jump inside a gap. Okay? So now they're forcing the lineman to block backwards. And they're going to do the same thing with Nick Scott. He's going to jump inside of Sam Hubbard and quickly get on in between 74 and 75 while the linebackers scrape over top. So what you end up with at this point is now 6 guys defending. And 6 guys, and there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. That means you got a free man. And not just that, but most of these guys are in advantageous situations for the Bengals defense. And they all together collapse on the running back. Even the guys that are setting the edge out on the boundary, forcing them back to your help on the inside is exactly the idea. Bengals played a lot of single high in this game, which is going to be these 3 covering a deep third of the field, right? And we know what that looks like. And you're going to kind of have a shot play here. I think they want a shot play at the very least with DK Metcalf running like that. And hopefully what you get is, and I don't think this is a good play design by them. We've seen 2-man routes off play action before. And it's almost like it's not at this point a cover 3 scenario because you see the way Dax goes this way and you see the way Jermaine Pratt goes down the middle third and how Chidobe Awuzie came down this way and how Nick Scott went this way. It makes me think that this is actually a cover 2 look, that they rotate into a cover 2 instead, which again, we're going to talk about a lot of. He was pulling the string. Anarumo was pulling the string because if you look also, who's this guy down here? That's Trey Hendrickson dropping in the coverage to be a linebacker. So they're still only rushing 4 and giving you a completely different look post snap. So we know that as when we look at the offense, middle of the field open. Is there anyone over the middle of the field that the Bengals or that the Seahawks could have gone to? See how Trey Hendrickson got into that passing lane? There's really nowhere to go anymore. So Gino steps up, checks it down. We know middle of the field or check it down versus coverage like that, right? Ends up being Hendrickson. And I keep wanting to say Trey Flowers when I see that 33. Nick Scott making the play in the backfield. Run defending. Again, run defense. Takes everyone. Both linebackers. DJ Reader in the middle. Taking on 2 blockers. Making his way through. And then the linebackers clean it up with Mike Hilton filling from the outside. Mike Hilton, man. Good against the run. Always has been. The Seahawks almost got something here. And we're going to focus our attention on DJ Turner and Dax Hill. And what the Seahawks kept doing is look how wide these receivers are. They're all the way out there as far as they can be. Hopefully, and the idea here on offense is that you end up with just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders in the box. And if you can get a quarterback that can run with the ball, while you do like a fake both ways, that evens the odds because that means you have obviously 5 offensive linemen, 6, 7 versus 6. 7 versus 6. You really can't do this much, and it's not as effective if you don't have a quarterback that can move. But by spreading it out, you now have one more guy than they do. And hopefully you can run away from that extra guy and pick up extra yards. So what do you do if you're the Bengals here? And again, I didn't want to go too far on that. We want to focus our attention down here if we can on these guys and the conversation that happens between them. We get that long, deep ball to Tyler Lockett. So again, let's go down here. And you see the communication between them. They're going to say like, okay, we have a fake wide receiver screen. And he's going to run a slant. So I think DJ Turner's like, okay, Dax, you take the slant, and I'm going to fade back into coverage. Because if you watch DJ Turner right there, almost pointing to him like, hey, you're supposed to get him. And Gino never sees this guy running wide open, and he wants to go with a deep ball to Lockett. He just wants the shot play here. This is one of those situations where you wonder if quarterbacks just sometimes want to take a shot deep downfield. Ends up being double coverage between Dax Hill. It's not, it's Nick Scott, excuse me. It's Nick Scott and DJ Turner, and Turner's trying to tell Nick Scott to take the tight end, which would make sense. DJ Turner should take the receiver. Nick Scott should take the tight end. Safety, corner. Sam Hubbard again. Going to cause a little havoc. Stump back inside. No one's going to pick him up. Get a shot at the quarterback. And see the way he slides off the side, too? I want to mention this because a lot of talk about roughing the passer lately. Watch when he hits. Some people say, what do you do when you hit with your body weight? Like, because he's got a clear shot here, right? But his head is low. He's kind of off to the side. He's aiming to hit with his shoulder rather than the center of his mass. And when he hits here, does he drive the quarterback into the ground? Does he fall on the quarterback? Or does he kind of slide off to the side there and land on his own? And both refs are looking. So good job by Sam Hubbard. That's how you do it. I mean, we wonder, what are you supposed to do? That's kind of what you're supposed to do. It's easy to say when a guy like Sam Hubbard does it, but I think DJ Reader had a bad one earlier. And we have a sack here. Once again, it's Cam Sample. Let's start with the coverage, though. Bengals are showing 2 high safeties. Are they going to stick with it? They are. This is more like a cloud cover 6 scenario. You have, if you want, and we've talked about this before, if they want to hit the whole shot here, you probably can, but look who's down here. DJ Turner looks like he's about to squeeze that. You want to test that with DJ Turner and Nick Scott collapsing on it because you got no one to really keep these guys in the middle of the field. There's nothing there. You're just running double corner routes, double 7 routes out here to hopefully beat this. Good luck. No one's worried about that. It's 3rd down right before halftime. The Bengals are playing deep. Cam Sample gets in there for the sack. Let's get an eye on him now and see how he won. Here he is on the right defensive tackle spot, to our right at least, if you're on the defensive side. Again, double hand swipe to the outside. Same way he beat 60 before. 60 knows it. He's mad about it. Good job, Cam Sample. DJ Reader in the middle there. Stack, peek, shed, make the play at the line of scrimmage. That's what it looks like. Teach tape. We had a couple plays that I would consider teach tape here. Teach tape is what you would show, like anyone else. You would show kids or someone new to the game or learning the technique. Cam Taylor-Britt, good coverage on DK Metcalf in the end zone. But I want to focus on Sam Hubbard again. Why do I want to focus on Sam Hubbard? Because this play only works because of him. The running back is going to get called for a illegal low block here. And I thought it was actually a ticky-tack call. But, I mean, it is a rule, so it is what it is. But they want to block him low, take him out, and let Gino sprint right and get outside the pocket and have a two-way go. And in fact, when you see Logan Wilson scrape over the top and run with Gino, if it wasn't for Sam Hubbard being there, Logan Wilson would have to either choose, am I going to drop into coverage or go attack and pressure Geno Smith into making a decision. So watch Hubbard, gets his hands out in front, protects himself, leaps over the blocker, and then closes in on the quarterback. That's A+. That's what it looks like. Here he is down on the right-hand side. Let's watch him get in there. Yeah. Hands down, eyes up, jumps over him. Now you see Logan Wilson there's the next guy, making that window even harder of a throw because you have 3 layers there in Geno Smith's face. Well, not in his face, but you have Sam Hubbard in his face. Second layer being Logan Wilson, who's got to throw around. And then Cam Taylor-Britt is closing in on the quarterback. Or the wide receiver, sorry. Slot fade, right? Not exactly. But it is a very similar concept. They're going to bring Jackson Smith and Jigba up, and he's going to run a wheel route. This is more wheel and post, just like in the Super Bowl, what they did to with Odell Beckham was double post wheel. Same concept, though. You want to get the nickel corner, if you can, running with your better athlete that you feel is a better athlete. I mean, Jackson Smith and Jigba is a better athlete than Mike Hilton, right? That's not crazy to say. It's not slanderous to Mike Hilton. And especially the way they bring him out of the backfield. I like it. They're trying to create plays for Njigba. Not working. Great play by Mike Hilton. To get over top, stay over top. You got DJ Turner over there helping out. And to turn and find the football in flight, make a play on it, come down with it. This was huge. The Bengals defense was huge, making key turnovers and stops when they needed them the most. You can see the way they're talking. Mike Hilton's kind of like, wait, what is he doing with it? Okay, I see it. And he's right with him, takes off right with him. Well, you can do this also. This coverage works because you feel comfortable with Dax Hill taking Tyler Lockett down the middle of the field. If that's a slow safety, you don't feel comfortable with that. You don't like that. And I like what Dax Hill brings as a whole. Watch him click close. When he decides to run, he's a blur. He's flying all over the place. Look at this. Not only does he say, okay, this is the run's going to the outside here, he's going to come in and fill, go around, and then flip over guys. And when he hits him and rolls over him, he goes another 4 yards. That's just, this guy is twitched up and fast. There he is on the right side. See it from the end zone angle. He looks like a nut job in a good way. As Hendrickson almost gets him in the backfield, Logan Wilson almost does. And Dax helps finish him off with the help of Mike Hilton. We've got a front corner of the pylon, kind of back shoulder. I forget what this route's called. Every team runs it though. You either see if you can go to the back corner pylon, or you turn it back into the front corner pylon. And Cam Taylor-Britt does a tremendous job in coverage, sticking with him. He's got hands on him, but he never pulls. He never panics. You see, you're allowed to put your hands on it. Now turn and find the ball and knock it away. If your hands are on him, make sure you turn and find the ball. And he does there. See, like those are flat hands. He's got fingers on him. He's got hands on him. But never do you see him pull the jersey. Never do you see him really knock the receiver off balance. That ball hits the camera, which I think is awesome. Side note, ball hitting the camera. Cool thing. Cam Taylor-Britt with the interception, capping off his big day. And I think DK stopped on his route. I think Charles Davis, the announcer, was correct on this. He was in his head, man. But what a diving grab. Like, what? Have you ever played a sport? Comment below if you have, where you've gotten a dive for a ball, whether it's baseball. I don't care if you played volleyball, something, because there's like a trigger reaction. I played outfield. You have to go like, yes, I'm diving for it. Like, here it is. Like, you got to be ready, mentally prepared for it already. And then when it happens, it's like a trigger of, okay, do it. This is now the time to do it. And sometimes you completely miss, but sometimes you nail it and it looks awesome. My bones didn't feel so old. I'd love to dive and catch things. But yeah, Cam Taylor-Britt, this was from earlier in the game. I clipped this during the game. Oh, he jammed him up all day long. DK was mad. Look at this. Cam's not even looking at him. He's not even looking at him. Not even looking at him. I won't even give him the time of day. DK is mad about it. I love it. Absolutely love it. All right, we're back on defense here. Back to the film. Gino's looking, who do I throw it to? Who do I throw it to? Who do I throw it to? Bengals look like they're showing two deep safeties, right? So we got a middle field open scenario. It's not a middle field open scenario. Look at Dax Hill forcing Gino to check it down. So what looks to be middle field open, and we'll diagram it really quick. You look like you're saying, hey, I'm going to send this safety back, and that's called middle field open. So you're looking for these routes over the middle, and I'm not sure which guy it is now that I'm doing it, but if you got this right here, should be wide open. Catch a snap, turn, throw it over the middle, probably throw it between the window here of these guys, and convert for a first down. But that's if the defense does that. And I really enjoy Dax here for that one step back right here that we see. Makes you think it is cover two. Makes you think, yeah, he is running this. And here's the route we've got right here. Or, yeah, he is splitting. This is what I meant to say. But he's not. So Gino's looking dead at this guy right here. But Dax is going to fire his gun and turn into a robber situation where he's going to want to pick that off over the middle of the field. He would have had it. If Gino didn't pull that down and check it down, he would have had it. Watch Dax over there. You see him on top right. Fire. And you see Gino's looking that way. And Dax is going for it all the way. Woo! Check it down. Let those guys come up and make tackles. Be physical. Cam Taylor-Britt they're all missing tackles, but Cam Taylor-Britt could miss a little bit less and it would have been an A+ game for him if that was the case. We got a 3rd and long situation. Gino's going to throw it away. It's a coverage situation again. Looks like we got Jordan Battle in here, which is awesome. He's going that way. He's going this way. Is this a cover 2 situation again? Looks like it. Looks like a cover 2-man situation. 2-man. And nobody is open. No one is open. Gino throws it away. Great job by the coverage. Great call at the time. See if anybody wins on the defensive line. And we've got a stunt on both sides as Cam samples the one to get in there and disrupt it first. So we got 2 pressures by Cam and a sack. I like it. Let's get that guy on the field a little bit more often. We got pressure once again. So now we're down to the end. We're down to the final 2 drives where Seahawks need a touchdown. They're not really running. In my opinion, Geno Smith had slow eyes in this game, meaning he wasn't sure of what he was getting. And the Bengals are almost bracketing here with a guy over top. He's got him. He's running with him. He's closing now. But I mean, this is your guy down here. Turn, set your feet, throw the ball. Instead, he's looking left. I don't know what he's looking at. But the D-line wins. DJ Reader wins. DJ Reader right there, number 98 in the middle. Middle to the right. Even when that move isn't even, it's not like super clean. He doesn't win super clean, but he is pushing that pocket. He's pushing the pocket more than he ever has in his career. And I thought last year was the best year he ever had moving that pocket as well. We've got a sack. Trey Hendrickson comes through when they need him, as he always does. Blackout Trey. Going to cut this corner. Push. And it's a meeting at the quarterback between Hubbard, Reader, and Hendrickson. So what was the coverage like? What did that look like? We got 3 receivers to the right. DK Metcalf getting pressed by Cam Taylor-Britt, and that's where Geno Smith is looking. Geno's going to come back to the middle where nobody is open. Maybe he wants to hit this. Yep, can't hit it. So I was thinking maybe he wants to, and he's already bailing this pocket here. Maybe he wanted to hit this guy right here. Looks like Nick Scott was all over that. So good job, Nick Scott. And the pocket collapses. So now it's 3rd and long for the Seahawks. Bengals, very similar coverage as last time. Geno's going to look right, come left, and he's hit. That fast. Looks right, comes back left, and gets hit. So what was he looking at? It's almost the same exact play, except he goes straight up this time. I mean, does he think he's got the seam ball here? Does he think that maybe I can hit this guy in what's like a jerk route he tries to hit him with? I mean, both these guys are fairly open. This safety's looking this way at DK. You might catch him flat-footed. Instead, there's no time. Let's watch Sam Hubbard rushing from his left defensive end spot next to BJ Hill over there. We got a backup right tackle in. Went around the outside, turn the corner, cut it down, make a play on the quarterback. Now it's the final play. The Bengals weren't able to do anything on defense or on offense, I'm sorry. And we've got a clear cover 2 look here. The Bengals don't want anything to happen over the top. They're going to get these guys as wide and deep as they can. The problem with this is the Seahawks got a great play called here for this. And we're going to focus our eyes on Tyler Lockett here, who's going to split this, run right at the safety, out, and then in. So it's going to be a corner post. And if you get enough time and if Geno can step up in the pocket, you can get Lockett one-on-one with Nick Scott. So watch down there. Bang, got him to open his hips up, and the ball's right on time, delivered strike. The Seahawks now have a chance from the 11-yard line to win this game with very little time remaining. Watch the pass rush. If they can get home, it cannot act. I almost called him Geno Atkins. Geno Smith could step up. If I said Geno Atkins at any point in this video, I am sorry. It just must have come out. All right, we're getting down to the end now. Can't find anybody open. Looking right, going left, back to the middle, and Dax is all over it. So first, he's looking left. You only have DK one-on-one here with a safety sliding that way, with Nick Scott sliding that way. Where's Geno think he's going? So he comes back to the right now. Like I said, Geno's eyes, to me, were super slow because just hit this. I think you've got enough time. Is this guy going to get under? And if you at least look at it, it might open up the spacing a little bit. So yeah, that guy doesn't even go that way. So instead here, you get this receiver that kind of comes out this way, loses Logan Wilson, and comes back now. Whoops, that wasn't it. You saw what I was drawing, guys. And he comes back now. And Dax is going to come around and fill it. That's a terrible arrow. You know what I'm saying. Dax is going to make a play. This is a hell of a play. This is a fantastic play on the ball by Dax Hill. Let's watch Gino in the pocket in the pass rush. He definitely looks that way. Nothing there. Coming back to right, rolls right, comes back to the middle, and the pass is broken up by Dax. I thought Dax had a great game again. They're going to kill him in coverage at times because he plays so much man coverage. But let's watch him up here on the top right as that tight end is going to lose Logan Wilson. Man, what if you'd have picked that off? Clutch play. I love this one. So they need a blitz. They want a blitz here. And there is chaos going on. There's so much talking between the receivers, between the running back and Geno Smith, between the offensive line. The Bengals don't know who's blitzing, and they switch it from left to right. Mass confusion. Look how many guys you got on the line here for the Bengals. So at this point, I could be sending 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can send 8 guys at the most for the Seahawks. You got your 5 offensive linemen, your running back, and your tight end to pick it up. So you can only pick it up with 7. This ball has to come out fast if the Bengals do want to send all these guys. And you have to respect it. We've seen it before. We've talked about this. You have to respect that all of those guys could come, and you're going to block the inside guys first. So someone on the outside is going to get a free rush to Geno Smith. And there it was. Dax Hill was the one that get to him. So I think this is what they're thinking here for Geno as he sees Logan Wilson step up. Yeah, that had to be it. Logan Wilson's flash of stepping up because he's trying to get this lineman to take him and then drop back, just like Reader's dropping back now. Because you don't actually want to send 8. I just want you to think I'm sending 8. And if you're going to block my inside guys first, those are the guys I want to drop back into coverage. So Geno looks that way where Logan Wilson shouldn't be because I think he wants to hit DK Metcalf over the middle here. But DJ Turner ends up being the free safety on this play. So let's watch eyes on Logan Wilson again in this area in the middle of the field. Logan's going to make this a harder throw. Turner's going to stay home. Yeah, okay. So because, and this is smart by Geno. So because Turner and Wilson kind of make this window really tight, Geno says, all right, I need to, if I'm going to do anything, I'm throwing this ball high. And maybe DK Metcalf makes a crazy play. Otherwise, let's live for another down because we didn't have a clear picture of what was going on here. All because of the confusion. Bengals are showing A-gap pressure again, not coming. Ball comes out. This is the play at the end of the game to finish it finally. And everyone's back at the goal line. we got nothing again. I mean, how many times have we stopped it here and we've gone, Seahawks don't have any options? The Bengals are clearly, like, almost every time saying, hey, if you want to hit this guy in the flats, feel free. Maybe this guy will catch it, turn upfield, and try and make a play. Maybe we'll miss a tackle. They've been missing tackles all year. You should have tried this, something like this. But these guys in the end zone, there are 3 Bengals around DK Metcalf. 1, 2, 3. Around this receiver, there's 2. I mean, your best bet is to go one-on-one with this guy or throw if you can. And this is hindsight. We got the ability to stop it and pause it and yada, yada. But or throw it and test Jermaine Pratt because he's a linebacker. Not because Pratt's bad, because he's a linebacker. Instead, there's no time. Boom, collapse. Everything collapses on Geno Smith there. And the defensive line comes through again. The defense as a whole comes through again when they need it. We got a tackle and stunt. You'll hear about it a lot. We will talk about this the rest of the year forever. So he's going to go this way, and he's going to go this way. Ideally, sometimes it's just let me just tie up this guy, and hopefully he comes with him, and I can tie up both these guys. If I can tie them up and allow Sam Hubbard to run free inside, which we saw earlier, he had a free shot on Geno Smith. Remember the one I talked about, the roughing the quarterback? But sometimes they get latched on and they never pick you up, like this right tackle. This right tackle never even gets BJ Hill. They're just locked onto their own guys that he doesn't even see BJ Hill coming up. And so Hill takes the outside angle and the outside arc, runs the arc like he's a defensive end, and gets home on Geno Smith. So the Seahawks were a mess at the end there. The Bengals did their thing, finished the game like they used to, like they have the last 2 years in clutch situations. So that's the film on the defensive side. I haven't watched the offense yet. This is Monday as I'm recording. Got done with work, finished the film, cut it all up, hit the record button, fresh off the top of the brain. Bengals on the brain. No pun intended. We have a bye week coming up. So the offensive film show will be on Friday, and I've got some things planned for the bye week, some fun things to look at, some different takes, different ways to go about it. A lot of people like to take the bye week off. You'll still have Bengals on the brain like I do. The show will still go on. And keep an eye out for the giveaways. Not sure if they got one coming this week or not, but First Star, they can't stop. They can't stop giving stuff away. But the book is still available, firststarlogistics.com. And as always, I'm Joe Goodberry. The show is Bengals on the Brain, brought to you by First Star Logistics, taking the show to new heights. Till next time, Friday is next time.
Dave Lapham here, and every day I am grateful for my experience to have played professional football. As a player, I realize self-motivation, leadership, and appreciating your teammates are key. At First Star Logistics, you can use those same attributes to create the life you want for you and your family. Build your future by working hard like I did. You'll see results both on and off the field. Call First Star Logistics today and be part of our winning team.
Opportunity knocking.